Hi there, welcome to Lush Living. Today's topic is my favorite, top 3 exercises for low back pain. I think low back pain is actually the #1 pain concern for most people. There's a whole lot of reasons why, but I'm gonna give you, in this particular order, my top 3 that help out the majority of my clients in the fastest way possible, no matter what pathology they actually have. So anyways, I'm Katie Lush, the creator of Lush Living. Thanks so much for joining me today. And we're just gonna dive right in. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna release the pelvic floor in order to take some of the nerve tension down in the low back, especially if you're in an acute pain, like if you're in like a spasm. This is gonna be your first go-to exercise. So you're gonna take your magic butt ball. I'm gonna come up here so you can see me a little better. And you're gonna sit on your ball like you're laying an egg. So it's really cute. You're gonna feel like your pubic bone is hanging off the front, your tailbone is hanging off the back, and your sacrum and your pelvis are just sort of draping over the sides. So you wanna find the sweet spot. My ball is about 50% deflated, but you're going to wanna find that sweet spot where the ball feels like it's sitting right smack dab in the center of your tissues. And then all you have to do is hang out here and breathe. So the only problem with this is that you actually have to take a while to sit on it to actually get some lasting effects. So we're gonna hang out here for about 2 to 3 minutes, but in a perfect world, especially if you're dealing with very acute low back pain, you're gonna actually sit and hang out here for a minimum of 5 minutes. Yeah. So it's kind of nice because you can sit at any chair in your home on it and get a lot of relief. It's helpful if you have a nice hard surface. A dining room chair is sort of perfect, like any sort of hard surfaced chair. A couch, not so ideal because you'd probably squish into the couch too much, unless your couch is really hard and firm. But find something like a stiff chair. You can also sit on the ground on it, but chances are if you're in acute back pain, getting to the ground is actually really challenging, as well as getting back up. But you're gonna find a moment where you do that, where you're gonna end up sighing, which means your tissues are starting to your body is starting to down-regulate, your tissues are unwinding and relaxing, and you want your pelvic floor to just sort of yield around the ball. So we're gonna hang out here for 15 more seconds, something like that. Your upper body is at ease. My hands are resting on my thighs, but you can rest them along your side. You could be reading a book, you could be on your devices, whatever you need to do. It's helpful if you just kind of hang out here and meditate a little bit. And just breathe and unwind, and just kind of notice how it immediately takes some of the pressure out of the low back off. Okay, so that was about 30 seconds. So you're gonna slip the ball out and then have a seat. And it feels like you're sitting in a hole in a ditch, which feels pretty nice. And then hopefully you've got a little low back relief just even having done that, but then you're gonna climb up and you're gonna take a little walk around and you're gonna see how your back feels having a little bit of space inside the pelvis. Okay, so that would be exercise #1, is just sitting on the magic butt ball. Exercise #2, I'm gonna take my yoga brick from the workout kit, if I can find one. And you're going to lie down on your back. You can actually do this one in bed. Not ideal, but it works. And I'm gonna keep the brick nearby. So you're lying on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat. If you can get your shins to vertical, that would be ideal. And all I want you to do is drive your right heel into the floor as if you're pushing a stake into the ground. And you're gonna think of pushing your heel maybe like 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%. So you feel the back of the calf, the back of the knee, the back of the hamstring, all the way up to the glute turning on. And your hips might twist. Your right hip, I'm pushing with my right heel, might twist up to the ceiling a little bit as a natural result, and that's okay. And then relax. And then you're gonna do the exact same side again. Right heel pushes down, 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 down. You feel the back of the calf, the back of the knee, the hamstring, and the glute all turning on. Your hips might slightly twist, but keep your chest nice and relaxed. And then back off. And then you're gonna do it a third time. Third time's a charm. So you sink the heel down, 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 down. You feel the back of the calf, the back of the knee, the hamstring, and the glute all flickering on. Turned your pelvis a little bit to the left, and that's okay. It's like a mini bridge with one leg, and then back off. Then you're gonna do the same thing on the left. Left heel drives down, 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 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%. You feel the back of the calf, the back of the knee, the hamstring, and the glute. Now my left hip is twisted a little bit up to the ceiling. My hips are turned a little bit to the right, and then gently back off. Same thing again. Drive the left heel down, 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 down so hard that it turns the pelvis a little bit over to the right, feeling the whole back chain of that left leg flickering on, and then gently back off. And one more time, third time's a charm. Drive that left heel down, 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 down. Feel the back of the calf, the back of the knee, the hamstring, and the glute. Chest is nice and relaxed and at ease, and just your hamstring and glute are doing the majority of the work, and then gently back off. So now we're gonna do the exact opposite. You're gonna take your brick, you're gonna put it towards the top of your thigh, you're gonna stack your hands on the brick, you're gonna lax your shoulders down and have a little bit of a bend in the elbows, and you're going to do an isometric. So you're gonna pretend like you're lifting your leg up to a shelf, but you're gonna fight it with the brick. So you're gonna push your thigh into the brick and the brick into your thigh so hard that you pretend like you're gonna lift your right foot off the floor, but it's not gonna go anywhere. And you're gonna hold and stay, hold and stay, hold and stay, and you're gonna feel a lot of work in your low abdominals and your hip flexor, and then you're gonna back off. Same thing again, shoulders are relaxed, elbows are a little bent, you're lightly pushing the brick into your thigh and your thigh into the brick, and you press and hold, press and hold, press and hold. Lots of good low abdominal recruitment on the right, and then gently back off. Third time's a charm. Exhale, press the right knee into the brick into your knee. You can even think of pushing it 10%, 20%, 30%, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%, and then gently back off. And then you're gonna do it with the left side. So switch which hand's on top. Same thing, you're gonna lightly push the brick against your thigh and your thigh against the brick, and you're gonna hold and stay and just see how it feels any differently on your left leg compared to the right leg, and then gently back off. Meanwhile, the pelvis is nice and steady. Nothing's really moving. It's all isometrics. And again, exhale, push your left thigh into your hands, into the brick into the thigh, hold and breathe, and then gently back off. And then try that one more time. Exhale, push the thigh against the brick against the thigh. And again, you can think 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%. Woo, and then gently back off. Okay, so you go back to side number one, switch which hand's on top, and you're basically gonna combine those last two exercises. So you're gonna think of your right leg's gonna be coming up, but your left heel is gonna be driving down, as if you're trying to split your legs apart from one another. So press your right thigh into the brick, drive your left heel down into the floor or down into the mat or to the bed, whatever surface you're on, and hold and stay, hold and stay, hold and stay. So the ribs and the pelvis are nice and steady. They're not twisting and torquing, and then gently back off. That's the hardest part, is keeping the body steady. Easy shoulders, soft elbows. Exhale, press the right thigh into the brick, drive your left heel down, 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 and hold and stay, hold and breathe, and gently back off. One more time. Exhale, push the right thigh into the brick, drive the left heel into the floor, 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and then gently back off. And then switch the brick to the other thigh, and then switch which hand's on top. So now the left thigh is coming towards you, the right heel is driving down into the floor. So easy shoulders. Exhale, press the left thigh into the brick, drive your right heel into the floor, and press and hold, press and hold, press and hold, and then gently back off. Same thing again. Exhale, left thigh pushes into the brick, right heel drives into the floor, and press and hold. Press and hold. Keep the pelvis and rib cage nice and steady, no twisting, and then gently back off. Last time, exhale. Left thigh pushes the brick, right heel pushes into the floor. 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%, and then gently back off. Woo! And rest. So after something like that, you can hug your knees in and shake that around a little bit if that's okay in your low back. Roll onto your side, that's the safest way, and then use your hands to come up. Woo! To sitting. Yeah, so that would be actually exercise number 2. I know there's a lot of elements to it. You're pushing the heels down, you're pressing the thighs up, and then you're doing a combination of the two as if you're splitting the legs. So it's actually considered like a PT exercise, is an SI joint reset, which is usually a lot of reasons why people have low back pain. So after you do that, you climb on up, and again, you take a little walk around and you see what you feel like. Ooh, feels really nice in my low back. Okay, last but not least, squats. So this is a gentle squat. It's not a rough one. And again, it's a little bit of an SI joint reset, but in a good way. So if you have like a chair or countertop out in front of you, it's nice to have something to hold on to initially when you initiate the squat. So I'm gonna put my hands on my hips and I'm gonna bend my knees and keep an upright torso. Then from there, you're gonna sit your hips back like you're sitting back in an imaginary chair. You can reach out for the surface in front of you until you get a vertical shin. So your bottom is scooching way back behind you. So, and your torso has to naturally hinge forward. And then you're gonna hold and stay, and you're gonna notice that your bottom needs to really stick out. And then you're gonna press into your feet and stand all the way on up. So you bend your knees, you keep an upright stance, and then you back your hips up, you're folding at your pelvis, and you're hinging your torso forward as you sit your bottom way back behind you. All the weight's on your heels, your toes are pretty light, you're sticking your bottom out, and kind of like before, you can drive your heels to the floor, 10%, 20, pretend like you're standing up but don't go anywhere, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and you're gonna feel your tush kick on, and then press into your legs and stand all the way on up. Okay, so adding on. You can keep your surface nearby. I'm gonna face you. You're gonna bend your knees. You're gonna sit back in your imaginary chair, just like you were doing before. And then you're gonna take 2 hands, like fists, and you're gonna slip them between your knees as a spacer. And then holding this squat, again, you've got that vertical shin. You're gonna squeeze your hands with your knees, and then back off. Watch that your fists don't crumble. Keep strong fists. Weights on your heels, lightly squeeze and release. Exhale, squeeze, release. 2 more, exhale, squeeze, and release. 1 more time, exhale, squeeze, and release. And then push your feet into the floor to stand you back up. So if you have your brick handy and you need to hold on to something, this is the alternative. So you bend your knees, you're in an upright stance, you're gonna hinge and go into your squat, and then you're gonna slip your brick, like the sheet of paper direction, in between your thighs, which should act as a really similar spacer to your 2 fists. Holding that stance, your weight's back on your heels, your tush is sticking out, you're gonna squeeze the brick and back off. Squeeze, back off. Exhale, 3, and release. Exhale for 4. Release, exhale for 5. Good, and then you're gonna press into your legs and stand all the way back up, and then always we take a walk and let that go. Woo! So, I don't necessarily have any low back pain today, but that actually makes my low back feel a lot better. So we release the pelvic floor region by sitting on the ball. It's a little bit of a fascial release. Then we did a little push-pull or push-press, splitting the legs, which is a little bit of an SI joint reset. And then we did a little squatting with a spacer with some inner thigh squeezes. It's like a glute firing exercise. So it's like you're kind of accessing all the different areas of your low back. and kind of firing up the areas that need to turn on and releasing the areas that probably need to turn off. So that's it. So hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments. Otherwise, yeah, we want happy low backs, especially in January when the weather is so cold and miserable out. I can't believe it's raining in Chicago. But we want healthy, happy low backs, right? There's no reason you should be in low back pain. There's so many ways to get out of it. So hopefully these 3 tricks help you. If you need more information, you can sign up for my weekly email at katielush.com, KATYLUSH.com, or you can always find me on Instagram at @thekatielush. You can find me on Pinterest. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me almost anywhere. I'm online. But hopefully that helps. Let me know how it goes. All right, have a good one.